Cameron Mathison detailed what he did and tried to save from his house when he realized the fire wasn't going to stop. Like something out of a post-apocalyptic nightmare, the Los Angeles wildfire has been causing mass destruction. General Hospital's Cameron Mathison was completely affected as his family home was utterly and horrifically destroyed. The actor took some time to explain in detail what was lost in the blaze, and it's a lot. Mathison, whose GH character Drew has come under fire lately for an affair with his nephew's wife, spoke with Good Morning America about the tragic events. He even shared videos that he took with the news outlet so they could witness firsthand the devastation. After explaining that his family's safety trumped everything else, he sadly remarked, "I've lost my home and everything that I own. I have this hoodie and a pair of pants, and 2 pairs of sneakers left. That's it." The actor described how his head was spinning, trying to wrap his brain around the fact that everything he and his family owned is now ash. Considering the whole situation surreal, he noted there's a lot of things that are replaceable, but the kids' projects their baby photos were only film my own. My childhood, like there's just so much. He further expressed his understanding that hundreds of other folks were also experiencing the same shocking loss. Mathison explained that while he lived in Altadena, he was driving to dinner in Pasadena when he saw a flash of light on a hill. "I think I saw that Eaton Canyon fire begin. I mean, it was just a tiny little blip, and I was like, oh, that's not good." During his dinner, his phone erupted with several messages telling him about the fire. So he ran back to his house, and I put a bag together with like what I'm wearing and etc. And I left to come and stay at an apartment here in Pasadena with my daughter and her mom. The news reported about how the wind was fanning the flames, making everything worse. So Mathison went back up into the smoke and the fire, and I got passports and birth certificates and whatever photo albums I could get. Mathison could see the video he shared with the outlet, explaining, "I'm glad you don't have the audio up because I'm having a real tough time in this video." He paused to collect himself as his emotions became overwhelming. General Hospital star whose home was lost to the SoCal fires talks loss, growth, fitness, and Drew. General Hospital's Drew floated into 2025 with Willow in his arms, just as her husband Michael was caught in an explosion and Nina was plotting their breakup. Soap operas may be melodramatic, but the truth is real life never stops throwing challenges in our paths. And Drew's portrayer Cameron Mathison understands this all too well. Here, in an exclusive interview done just days before Mathison's family home was destroyed in the wildfires raging through Southern California, the kidney cancer survivor, who announced his separation from his wife this summer, gets candid about the hits he's taken and how he keeps moving through them. Plus, with Drew now ever the Quartermain, the General Hospital star, Beat the Bridge host, and All My Children alum considers his character's future with Willow, and how it feels to play the latest most hated in Port Charles. Having played host on GMA, the Daytime Emmys and more, and made rom-com magic on Hallmark and GAC, Cameron Mathison is known for his big OL grin, but that doesn't mean his life's been easy. "It's been a tough stretch," Mathison admits to Woman's World. "First it was my cancer in 2019, then my mom's brain cancer and her passing away. Then COVID and the talk show I was on, Home and Family, got canceled. Then my dog got cancer and was paralyzed. My wife and I separated. That's not even all of it, so it's been a lot." With his kids now in college, Mathison announced his separation from Vanessa Marie Arevalo this summer, and at 55, he's suddenly living on his own. "It's surreal," he says. "I had a 100-pound Doberman, an amazing 22-year marriage, and 2 kids at home, and it's all gone. Obviously, the kids are coming back, and I try to focus on gratitude for the stillness, serenity, and even the opportunity to do what I want. But at the same time, I allow myself the sadness, the grace, and the awareness of loss. It was such a beautiful, beautiful time. I would go back in a heartbeat." Now, to top it all off, the home he raised his kids in has now been lost to the fires, and the actor is devastated. While his General Hospital character has responded to life's string of hits by leaning into some of the Quartermain's darker traits, Mathison considers his own struggles as a time for growth. "I've had plenty of opportunities to try to develop inner strength and toughness," he says. The ways I do it involve going inward, not by numbing out or distracting myself, but through my meditation practice, my spiritual life, and trying to develop and utilize love and compassion for others. People are going through this and way worse all the time. Every day, he continues. What can you do to help them? I try not to spiral down into excessive self-concern, and instead use the challenges to improve my patience, my acceptance, my compassion, my connectedness with others. Giving back, volunteering, spreading awareness. Those are the ways I survived all that. While Mathison has worked on his internal strength, he's also still focused on his body, and is happy to show it off on General Hospital, not to mention social media. I've been doing that for years, he cracks. Back in the day, I was known as the shirtless guy, and I was so concentrated on physique that I pushed myself in unhealthy ways just to achieve it. Over time, doing that backfires and messes up your system. What you used to do stops working, so you get more extreme, and then that stops working. It's a vicious cycle. Even before his cancer diagnosis, Mathison was not as healthy as he looked. A lot of people, as they get older, don't realize that they're doing that to themselves too, he says. They think staying healthy is cutting calories and doing more cardio. And I'm telling you right now, it's killing people. There's so much more to it. In his effort to give back and connect with others, Mathison has been sharing all he's learned in his journey, not to mention his workouts, and he's preparing to share even more. I'm really excited about launching my functional health coaching company, Health 360, he teases. I'm partnering with Vidal Coaching. It's a concierge week-to-week check-in system that's healed my gut, balanced my hormones, gotten my blood sugar under control, given me an unbelievable amount of energy, and helped me build muscle and lose fat. Now I'm eating, at times, 4,000 calories a day at 55 years old, and I wake up lean, with veins coming up my abdomen, because I've healed my adrenals and my cortisol levels and upregulated my metabolism, he adds. It's changed my life. As Mathison focuses on this next stage of his life, and also begins to rebuild his life after losing his home, his character Drew's causing big drama on screen. When he assumed the role created by the late Billy Miller, some viewers complained General Hospital had made Jason's long-lost brother too nice. He was a Navy SEAL and heroic, and always did the right thing, Mathison says. He definitely had his demons but was a solid guy, having literally helped save the world. And Willow, the once-lost Quartermain, who was raised as an orphan, almost died twice in captivity, and then again while in prison for Carly's crime, only to lose Carly to Jason's return, tack on the hate he receives from Ned and Tracy, and suddenly he started acting like, well, a sneaky Q. First, he had hate sex with Nina, who helped him become a congressman in exchange for his help reconnecting her with her daughter Willow. Then he slept with Willow in the kids' playroom, and tried to buy his nephew Michael's forgiveness by making him Aurora CEO, which was a betrayal of his best friend Curtis. It was a dramatic change, Mathison says. What I noticed the most is how the rest of Port Charles talks about Drew. People hate him. With all the things the Quartermains have done, with all Jason and Sonny have done, a little infidelity is making Drew the evilest person alive.